Hey boys and girls, what's up? It is Friday. Matter of fact, it is Good Friday. And I've been prone at times to say every Friday is Good Friday because it's the end of the week and the weekend is here and what have you. But this Friday is actually called Good Friday. And can I be honest with you? Some adults struggle with why in the world is it called Good Friday when this is the day that we recognize or remember as the day when Jesus was killed, when Jesus was crucified, when Jesus was nailed to a cross so cruelly and died. How in the world can it be Good Friday? It's Good Friday for mankind. It's Good Friday for you. It's Good Friday for me because it was all done for us. The price for our terrible lives of sin was paid by Jesus on that day. God's plan of redemption, we call it. God's plan of helping us in the biggest, greatest way came to be on this day when His only Son, Jesus, was killed, was crucified. That's why it's Good Friday. It wasn't necessarily good for God, certainly wasn't good for Jesus, but it was good for mankind. It was good for God's creation, His number one creation, that being us. The people of the world, that's who it's good for. All right. So, yeah, happy Good Friday to you. It's kind of a sad day in one way, but a good day in another. Jesus was crucified, but we have a way to go to heaven. We have a way to have a life here like none other because of His crucifixion. So it's cool. It's good. Happy Good Friday again to you. We're going over some oldie but goodies. I miss you guys being here, sitting around me and us laughing and having fun and talking about God and talking about Jesus and things. So we did the toothpaste. I just kind of left it out here so we could remember it. Did the toothpaste thing last night. Thought this morning we would look at some flowers again. All right? And if you remember, I asked you what kind of flowers these are. And I think if I remember, one of you said fake, and one of you said not real, and another one of you said plastic, and another one of you said something else. I can't remember what they're called, but they're all that pretty much. They're fake. They're not real. They're artificial. We call that word sometimes. They're just not real. They look real, but they're just not real. Okay? They're made out of some kind of material, maybe some kind of plastic. Maybe there's a little silk here and there. I don't know. Okay? But they don't have a pretty smell to them. Now, they don't look quite as bright maybe as some bluebonnets along the road right now this time of year. They just don't have it, okay? They just don't have it at all. They're always looking the same, too. They never change. They're not only artificial, but they're kind of boring, okay? They're no fun. But it beats nothing, okay? Don't let yourself become like these. You know? Don't be artificial. Be real, please. Please be real. That's what God's looking for. He's looking for somebody that admits, hey, I've got some issues, but God's working on them with me. He's trying to change me. I'm not going to tell you I'm perfect. I'm not going to tell you that I've got this all worked out and I got life, just everything's good. No, we've all got some issues. Admit that. Don't be artificial. You know, we get called as church people sometimes a big word, hypocritical. Ugh. It means we wear a mask. Right? It comes from a acting stage term in the Greek where you put your mask on. Okay? People don't really know who you are. Let God live through you and be that person every day that's godly, that's like Jesus, that's not putting on a show, that's not putting on a front, that's not doing something to impress somebody. The only individual you really need to impress, the only being you really need to impress is God. And the best way to do that is be like Jesus. It's that easy. It really, really is. It is that easy. You say, no way. Yes way. Yes, it is. We've made living like Jesus way too complicated because we're paying attention to too many other people when we ought to be paying attention to God. Pay attention to God, and you can live like Jesus. Pay attention to other folks, and you're going to struggle to live like Jesus. Because they're a mess too, okay? But don't put on a fake face. Don't put on something fake as far as being good here at church on Sunday and not good at school on Monday. Or being really, really nice here at church on Sunday and hollering at mom and dad all the way home because you didn't get something that you wanted, like a McDonald's burger or something. Come on. Would Jesus really do that? I don't think so. I don't think so. I know so. He would not. So, what would Jesus do? A good way to live life. Don't be a fake. Jesus certainly was not. Jesus was the real deal. He showed you a life so that you too can be the real deal. Hey, let's take a look at some Bible questions, okay? We're still in the New Testament, all right? We started out the first of the week in the Old Testament. Went yesterday into the New. We're still there, all right? So question number 1. I lived in Nazareth. Nazareth is a town. I lived in Nazareth. The answer to that is found in Matthew, the 2nd chapter, verses 19 through 23. I lived in Nazareth. Question number 2. I was a relative of David. I was a relative of David. Luke, the 2nd chapter, verse 4. Third question. An angel appeared to me in a dream. An angel appeared to me in a dream. That's found in Matthew, the 1st chapter, verse 20. Matthew 1:20. Question 4. I was a carpenter. I think you're beginning to get the drift of what some of the answers might be here. I was a carpenter. That's found in Matthew, the 13th chapter, verse 55. Matthew 13:55. And last, question number 5. Mary was betrothed, or Mary was engaged to me. Mary was engaged to me. That's found in Luke, the 2nd chapter, verse 5. Luke 2:5. Remember, we'll go over these questions again this evening at the 8:30 time together and reveal the answers to you also. So in the meantime, you've got about 7 hours to look these up, get mom and dad to help you. You've got the verses. Give it a shot, and let's talk again at 1:30. But before we go, let's pray. God, thank you for your word and how it can speak to us if we'll just allow it to. God, show us some things that we may not know as we look for these answers. We want to know more about you so we can be more like you. Thank you for giving us your Bible, your word. And we ask these things in your Son, Jesus' great name. Amen. See you later.